Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky hinted that Ukraine's future could hinge on the next US president, telling reporters in Kyiv that Moscow is closely monitoring shifts in American policy, saying, "It depends on the elections in the United States." As the US election draws near, both Kyiv and the Kremlin brace for changes that could reshape the trajectory of the war, with ramifications extending beyond Ukraine's borders. The race brings two contrasting paths for Ukraine. Kamala Harris would likely maintain the Biden administration's support, while Donald Trump pledges to halt US backing, vowing he could end the war in one day. Trump's running mate, J.D. Vance, has proposed peace terms that align closely with Russian interests, suggesting a policy shift that worries Ukrainian officials watching Washington's shifting stance. Analysts caution, as CNN reports, that any change in US leadership may not bring immediate results, as the Kremlin shows little inclination toward peace. Moscow seems resolved to press on, regardless of who enters the White House. Even if Washington's aid diminishes, analysts believe Putin could exploit political rifts in the US and cracks in Western unity. A fractured NATO or a split US Congress could weaken Ukraine's support structure, CNN notes. With pro-Russian governments in NATO countries like Hungary and Slovakia, these fissures could reduce the West's unified response, giving Putin fewer incentives to alter his course. On the front lines, Ukrainian forces report relentless Russian meaty assaults. With Ukraine's parliament extending martial law and mobilizing 160,000 more troops, Kyiv acknowledges it cannot sustain a prolonged war without external support. Zelensky continues to urge bipartisan US backing, emphasizing that Ukraine's survival depends on American commitment. He bluntly states that any peace proposal requiring Ukraine's surrender to Russia is unacceptable, a message that Kyiv hopes resonates in Washington as Moscow watches closely.
I don't know who will be the president. It sometimes doesn't depend only on the president's will. I think we have to count on bipartisan support, on Congress, first of all, and that's why it will be, I think, not to support Ukraine. I think it will be big win of Putin and big loss of West, of unity, of democracy and freedom. That's why I'm not sure that President Trump, if he will be the president, that he want to be really, that he want to lose. And I think that's mean not to help Ukraine. But anyway, I agree with you that risks are risks.
The stakes are high as the US political landscape shifts. Ukraine remains in a precarious position, dependent on external support while navigating the complex dynamics of its international relationships.